Oh, welcome to Strictly Sickly, and I have a new thing I have to read. Please remember that any advice given on this show is subjective. Always consult your physician before making any decisions about changes in treatment, diet, or lifestyle. Our show and website are not a substitute for professional medical advice. Today, the show is self-care and grooming, and I have an Allie with me.
Hi! You do have an Allie with you today.
And later in the episode, she's going to mess with my face.
Yep.
But first, we're going to start with the basics.
Yes.
Bathing.
Do it. Like, I don't know. Oh. Yeah, sometimes bathing, like, I don't know. It's easier sometimes it's easier said than done, depending on the day.
Sometimes wet naps and dry shampoo are the answer.
Yeah, or, you end up having one of those days where you take a shower and you just sit for 2 hours because it's just exhausting. So.
I had one of those yesterday. I was like, I'll take a bath so I don't have to stand. I got out of the bath. I was like, I'm going to sit on the toilet for a little while and just sit here. Now I'm going to make my way to the bedroom. Now I'm going to sit here.
Yeah, it's a whole lot of sitting afterwards.
And I'm particularly bad about this when I'm having a flare. And it's gross, but honestly, a lot of days I'd rather be gross than actually go through the effort of actually get up and do the thing.
Right. But
Ashton says, I guess for people it's different, but when I feel really sick, showering will make me feel much better.
sometimes if my muscles are really achy or, I'm just having, sometimes it'll make me feel better, but most of the time I'm just tired.
Yeah, see, it depends on what kind of sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I went hiking and I'm sore, then probably sitting in a hot bath will help.
Mm-hmm.
Or if my neck hurts, just shower might be a good idea.
Or, I think, like, when I was working at that call center, that sales place, I would come home, like, stressed the hell out, and I would just take a bath to kind of relax, and because, like, a lot of my muscles were just sore from sitting like this the whole time. Hey, babe.
Hi, Zach. I'm not going to call you babe, because it's icky.
So, yeah, like, I would just sit there, like, all tensed up and everything like that, and I would just take a shower, just be like, just de-stress, and because that was kind of the last thing I needed anyway, was all that stress. So
I wish bathing de-stressed me.
it does.
I'd be a cleaner person.
I don't know, like, I like sitting in the water. Like, I wish I had toys. I would still play with bath toys. I'm not ashamed to admit that.
The problem is getting in, but then when I'm into once
Yeah,
I'm in
I don't wanna
there,
get out.
The problem is getting it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll just sit there. Like, I'll just, yeah.
Just gonna ignore Zach.
So,
But I found in the hospital these nifty little baby wipes that have soap included, and you don't have to rinse.
ooh.
So if you're really gross and you're having a really bad flare, it's not a terrible idea. And I'm sure you can find them online. A lot of the stuff the hospital gives out. Hey, Chase.
Hey, Chase.
It's no rinse because they use it on people in comas. They use it on elderly people. Like when my hand was in traction, that's one of the things they had me use with the PICC line because they're really careful about that. With the PICC line, especially since I also had an infection in my arm, they were really particular about keeping clean. I had to wash in a specific clockwise order and with specific soap. And yeah, the wipes were like, they get all, what is it, soapy? What's the word?
Lathery?
They
like,
lather.
Lather.
And then you wash and you don't have to like rinse it off. Like, it doesn't feel great.
Do they sell that, like, mainstream?
I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure you can find that.
Need to
Yeah.
put that on a list.
Yeah, they also sell it's like shampoo everything wash that's no rinse.
Yeah.
I always pocket it when I leave the hospital.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is mine.
I've seen something like that, but it was for dogs.
Will probably work on you.
It probably works.
As long as it's not flea control. That's probably
Yeah.
not good for you.
Well, I don't know. Maybe
Unless
I do.
you have fleas.
I don't know. Maybe I do need some flea control. You don't know.
Maybe.
I've had some pretty gross days. So.
But the thing is if I do get too, like, that is something that'll make me feel better. Like if I do start to get like gross, it will make me feel a little better.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, at least, I don't know, it's kind of a rare day for me to miss, I mean, and that's just my own tick, because you know how I am.
Yeah, I know
You
how you
know,
are.
yeah, like it's a rare day for me
We
to
used to
miss.
share an apartment. I'm aware of how much bathroom time you use.
Yeah. You know, so like if I'm missing a day or two, then, you know, I'm not doing my best.
Depression is
Like,
more likely
yeah.
to make me miss a bath than being sick. Mm-hmm. It's not having the will to move.
Or blink or do anything really. Like,
Just don't lay in my bed for 6 hours and stare at a wall. And not sleep either.
I don't know. I always, if I do anything at all, even if it's just getting out of my bed, I'd usually take a shower or a bath.
Also, if I'm home, I kind of have to fist fight for the bathroom.
Yes.
Because Caitlin has this thing about wanting to use the downstairs bathroom when she showers. I don't know. We have 2 bathrooms, but the kids only use the one.
Is there something wrong with?
They still are, oh, the upstairs is haunted. I don't want to go in the bathroom by myself. My house is not haunted.
Oh, is she having like, I don't know. I used to be scared of the bathroom because, you know, The Grudge, you know, whenever she was taking a shower or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was scared of it because of the old It movie.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I try and run flush the toilet and then run, and sometimes I wouldn't flush it all the way, and I'd hear my dad, why aren't you flushing the toilet?
This is because it's scary.
It's gonna get me. Hyba Cleanse is the name of the soap. Probably, yeah. That's one of them.
Yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, they got like blue foaming soap, then they have purple washy things, and I don't know. I just steal them. I still have a collection from my last hospital stay.
I still remember, like whenever I made like all the spoonie kits, you know, with like dry shampoo, wet naps,
Coloring
Germex,
book, yeah.
coloring books. Like,
Those were good kits.
yeah, especially like for whenever, you know.
And I like dry shampoo, but it makes my hair feel gross the day after.
Yeah, it makes my hair feel extremely dry and clumpy, like crunchy.
Like it might get me an extra day, but after that, I prefer your upstairs bathroom. But your daughter isn't scared enough to keep it habitable. That's why I'm scared of. Yeah. Me and my family are all kind of filth monsters.
Nah.
I've always been a slob. It's not going to change. Like, I used to really work at it, and that took 99% of my energy.
Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, you, especially now, you know.
I'm too tired.
Yeah, that takes up a lot of things too. Like, and I think that's probably why I end up sitting for like an hour and a half after I take a shower, is because like I'm using every bit of energy I have at that moment to bathe. And
When I remember reading What to Expect When You're Expecting, I was thinking about this earlier, and it talked about taking hot baths while you're pregnant and how they can make you dizzy because it drops your pressure, your blood pressure. And I was thinking, I wonder if that's why like really hot baths or showers make me feel icky, is because my blood pressure already sits at 90 over crap.
yeah, I mean, it
So-
does make sense, and it makes sense like why I get so tired after. But I'm not turning the heat down. Sorry, like it's like a blanket.
I don't know. This summer I took some pretty cold baths.
See, I still take hot
Dude.
showers. Like I don't know. I can't do cold.
No, I'm sweaty and I come in. I don't want a hot shower. I'd rather die. But so, yeah, grooming's important.
Yeah, deodorant. You know, basic grooming. Like,
Deodorant's one thing I can roll and put on, and
Yeah.
it's not that big of a deal.
just keep it next to the nightstand. Just
Brush your teeth, because otherwise bad things will happen. I don't know. I brush my teeth like twice a day and I floss like a weirdo, and I still have cavities. So I don't know what that's about.
yeah.
You know, I probably should see a dentist
Yeah.
if I don't. Allie is made of fire.
I am made of fire.
Yeah, I don't think it's just when you're pregnant. I think that's just an extra caveat that it can make you dizzy. And I've
Yeah.
been having some dizziness issues lately, so I should probably avoid that.
Yeah. I just like that warm blanket. I like the warm blanket of water. Just like
You are cold-blooded, though.
I'm a lizard.
Yeah, you are. You're
I
cold-blooded.
am.
Or a snake, perhaps.
Snake.
Say, what's the next thing on the list that's a little rougher than bathing, but a little easier than fully highlighting? Brush your hair. There's one.
Yeah, brushing your hair. Blow drying your hair takes a little bit more effort and time.
Blow dry my hair. It takes 6 hours to blow dry my hair.
Well, you also have like super thick hair. You have nightmare hair to blow dry. Like,
yeah, I hate it.
my hair takes no time because it's, thinned out over the years. So I've lost a lot of hair over time.
That's having my hair short was actually a lot easier to, like, I don't like my hair short, but that was so much easier to take care of. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is. I
didn't have to use 2 full handfuls of shampoo and conditioner. I could use just the normal amount that it says on the bottle. Brushing your hair releases oxytocin. Maybe I should brush my hair more often.
Maybe.
Because that's something that doesn't happen real often. Another point, because my kids keep stealing my hairbrush. I'm pretty sure Caitlin has a collection of 17 in her room.
Probably.
Because I'll be like, Steven, get a new hairbrush. And he gets one and it's in the bathroom and then it's magically gone. I'm like, God damn it, Caitlin.
She's at that perfect. I mean, she's right there, man.
And she's got a lot of hair too. And it is ridiculous to brush.
Yeah.
I now feel bad for my parents when I was little. Because I know I used to scream bloody murder every time.
Gosh, yeah, I remember trying to do her hair when she was little, and she was so tender-headed.
I was about 7 or 8. I had hair down to like my knees. And I got head lice. And it took my dad and my grandma and my mom all sitting there with that stupid little comb. Hours. And no one wanted me to cut it. So it was a nightmare. And I think that's one of my first memories that imprinted on me. Because those little combs are awful.
Yeah.
Good job, Allie. You belch. Speaking of grooming and self-care.
I'm just going to belch.
Antacids.
Antacids, yes. Dude, I have like a whole bunch that I just keep in a drawer.
I don't know. Something I really like that makes me weirdly happy is those stupid pore strips.
Yeah, or like I have a mud mask that I like to use.
If it peels off my face, it's probably going to make me happy.
Well, that makes sense.
See, I used to work at that skin and body salon in Cleburne as a receptionist when I was in high school, and they had awesome like face masks.
Yeah.
And they'd try out, like, they had a new lady working there, so she'd try out all her stuff on me, and most of it was torture, but occasionally it was kind of fun. Like body scrubs, seaweed wraps, different types of facials. It was just interesting.
I started really liking like those bath bombs.
I'm not sure if I've ever used a bath bomb.
They're just fun. They're just a lot of fun.
If you have less spoons in general for self-care, you maybe tailor haircuts and fashion more towards utility and ease as opposed to upkeep. But the kind of things... what kind of things make it easier? And also, are there things that could still make you feel confident? So I pretty much always look like a swamp monster because I don't care. And I think that's more... Like, over the years, I thought that was just me kind of being a butt, but I think it's more of a depression thing. The apathy about how I look. Like, I really think that's one of the depression markers. Because there's this voice in my head that says, you're going to look like trash anyway, and makeup's not going to fix it. You could put all the makeup in the world on, and you're still going to look like a swamp monster, so what's the point? Which I'm not sure is a good voice to have in your head.
What are you doing? Wash rags and pore strips.
Pore strips.
Dude, those are awesome.
Because,
I like those.
Because Brad's a girl.
Yeah, because those are his. I don't know.
Nothing wrong with male self-care.
Get out.
What's your least favorite grooming thing?
My least favorite grooming thing?
Mm-hmm. Like the one you would not do if you had a choice.
Wear clothes.
See, I thought it was shaving my legs, but it turns out if I go more than 2 weeks without shaving my legs, I feel gross.
Yeah, no, I went a week and I was like, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't. But
And I don't grow like leg hair super fast.
I do. I grow leg hair. Like by the end of the week, I looked like a man. Like I had man legs. Like they were dark, and I was like, I gotta take care of this. Like,
See, because my hair doesn't grow dark below my calf, which is super lucky.
oh yeah, no, you are very lucky. My hair grows dark all over my body. Like,
Now on my upper lip, it's a different matter.
That's probably something I don't really like. Like I'll do it, but I hate waxing.
Samantha says shaving sucks. Yeah,
It does. I don't like, I mean, like I do it because I don't like having a mustache, but like, waxing the stash.
I let you do that to me once.
Once.
Never again. Shaving versus wax. That other stuff that makes Nair.
Yeah, no, fuck Nair. Nair.
So you can get chemical burns.
Yeah, Nair hurts. Like I have really sensitive skin, and I found out because of Nair just how sensitive my skin was, and also it smells gross.
Yeah.
It smells like rotten egg burps.
I don't know. It smells like chemicals.
I don't know.
But things that can make things easier, shorter hair, keeping all your stuff in one spot.
Yeah.
Like I keep I can do in the bedroom stuff, deodorant, hairbrush stuff right by the bed.
Yeah.
So that's super easy. In the bathroom, keep it all in one spot if you can.
Yeah. Like I have a drawer where I have all my shit.
For me, if I shower in the morning, because then I don't have to blow dry my hair. It's been doing that.
Oh, okay.
Because if I try to go to bed with wet hair, it's bad. Because it won't dry till I'll wake up with just as wet hair. My pillow will be wet and it'll be in a weird shape. So I get my hair issues threaded. What's that? Oh, is that the thing they do with eyebrows with the two?
Yeah, with the 2 strings or whatever. It's like, I think that's what it is. I don't know. I heard it's painful.
That's what Brad just said. I never tried threading. Looks like it would hurt worse than plugging.
Yeah.
Yes, I plug my eyebrows. Well, I'm guessing.
I haven't plucked my eyebrows and
I'm guessing a lot of dudes do that.
plucked their eyebrows?
Pluck or shave or do something with them.
I don't know. Like, I mean, I think it just depends on the guy. Like, I think some guys do and some guys just don't.
I have day-to-day items and special care items. Facial masks, for example, separate. That's a good idea.
Yeah. I keep my mask that I like to use it's by the bathtub. Because I like to, just slather my face, when I'm in the bathtub, every so often.
And my bathroom doesn't have great storage. It's either under the sink or over the toilet.
Oh, Zach plucks his eye. I've never seen you pluck your eyebrows.
Steven shaves his, which I didn't know for the first. What? And I don't care that I said that on air. I'm pretty sure he's watching too. I didn't know that for 10 years of our marriage.
But, I didn't know that.
Yeah, most guys I know would grow a unibrow if they didn't. Because they have more facial hair.
I just learned something new today.
It's just something I never thought of. All of us do the show Friends Made It Okay.
Secrets.
They cut it with thread. It lasts longer. I don't get my lip threaded because it hurts like hell. My wife threads her eyebrows. She's always complaining about the pain after leaving the salon. Yeah, I don't think I'll be jumping on that bandwagon anytime soon.
Yeah, okay. I'm just going to stick with waxing then.
I'm in enough pain on a day-to-day basis that I'm not going to buy any.
Yeah, I'm okay
I know
with...
it was my secret.
I like waxing just fine. I don't ever... it's just...
Yeah. Another one is styling hair, which I specifically get hairstyles I don't have to do that with.
Yeah.
One of my big arguments with the salons always, I want my hair thinned, not layered. I want them to thin it with a razor, not layer it, because layered hair you have to do stuff with. So I always make sure that it's not something I've got to spend a bunch of time on.
Yeah, I still blow dry and straighten and do stuff with my hair, but it's getting to a point where it's just I really need to give myself some of it's almost like compulsion. I don't feel right unless I do it, but I need to go through phases where I just don't straighten my hair anymore for a little while because I'm pretty sure, killing my hair.
The last time I had my brows waxed, it literally ripped my skin. Have y'all done a Brazilian? F no?
No. No.
Dude, I was awkward enough to have someone all up in my junk when I was having a baby, let alone someone at a salon that I don't have doctor-patient privilege with.
Bikini? Yeah. No Brazilian. Like,
I remember him doing bikini waxes at that place I worked, and the yelling people would do, and I was turned off on that forever.
Yeah. No. I mean, I've seen it. Like, I've seen how you have to be positioned to do it, and I was like, that just looks humiliating.
Hey, Sarah, Allie, hope y'all are feeling okay today. I don't know. It's been kind of a it's been kind of a trash day. We tried to get it together, so hopefully we sort of have it together. I've had some sort of crud for about a week that my son lovingly gave me.
And I've been having my menses this week, and it's been a joy.
I don't miss that. Dude, I might miss my ovaries, but I do not miss periods.
Dude, and it's just like, you know.
You all know. I did just once. I'm telling you, you only think you get a clean shave when you groom. I've never felt pain like that yet. I'm not doing that.
That's cool, man.
I don't care enough. Did y'all have a good... You know, I don't think either of us did anything for Thanksgiving.
I got the day off last minute.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Which is good because I worked my ass off. Like the past week, pulling in overtime and this, that, and the other, trying to get the day off.
Most of my family was in Houston, so... And Steven had to work.
Yeah.
There was a fist fight at Walmart, and people were yanking TVs off his pallet at work because they were setting up for Black Friday, and people were being trashy.
Good God.
Yeah, I know. He was like, the fist fight was across the store, so I didn't video it. I was like, ah.
So yeah, I went to my dad's for a little bit, and then we went back and did dinner with his mom and dad, with Zach's mom and dad, and then went and took some food up to my niece who works at a Walmart in Fort Worth, and it was just, that was eye-opening. Like, I didn't have, like, I was like, I'm glad I'm at least having an okay day to walk through this shit. Like, it was...
Allie, does your job work with your chronic illness?
Sometimes. I have to get up a lot, like, because it's a desk job, and I get up a lot. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, it frustrates my boss, but I make myself get up and move, because sitting too long makes me hurt. Of course, being on my feet all day makes me hurt. So I'm going to hurt either way, so I make time to get up every couple of hours and move around.
I actually kind of miss that about working for Amazon. Like, I know I broke my leg 2 days into it, but they were really willing to work around. Like, a week into it, I had to take off because my eye did that thing where it tore. And then they let me off for the broken leg, and they were going to let me come back, and then I got the blood clot. They actually were willing to work around that pretty well.
Yeah, like they've been pretty good whenever I've had to take time off for doctor's appointments and stuff like that. But most of the time I try to schedule my doctor's appointment. You know, back when I was working mornings, I would schedule them in the afternoons so I wouldn't miss too much work.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, it's a job, and they pay for my insurance. So, you know.
Yeah, fist fights and all. I'm lucky that Steven has a job that pays for insurance.
I can't believe people are fist fighting over.
Well, it's not like there's not a fist fight at Walmart every other week, so.
Yeah.
And Black Friday is just a special occasion fist fight. Oh, your wife works for Amazon. That's cool. Yeah, I was just a delivery driver. I guess I didn't technically work for Amazon. I worked for a third party.
Yeah, on behalf of Amazon.
I have a friend that's still working there, and they actually just replaced all the vans with Amazon vans with like the logo and stuff. And honestly, I consider going back if I thought I could physically handle it. But literally 2 days into it, I broke my
your
leg.
Yeah.
Then I scratched my eye, and then I got a blood clot. So I'm not sure if working is going to work for me.
Yeah.
I spent 2 months of the year in the hospital. I don't think any job's going to be okay with that.
No. I mean, I'm pretty lucky I don't spend that much time in the hospital. So, I mean, if I was I don't know. Like, I think if I was in your shoes, it would probably be different. But
Yeah, it is good. Steven has an intermittent LOA, leave of absence. So he took it to all my doctors. And he specifically gets a certain amount of days off a month for whatever diseases I have. So for RA, he gets 3 days off a month. Because my doctor had to write down, how long my flares last, how often they crop up. He gets 3 days a month for the CRPS. He gets 3 days a month for whatever else I have. So he gets 9 days off a month. He doesn't get paid for them.
yeah.
But he doesn't get fired for it, which was actually a really big worry when I spent all that time in the hospital with the GI bleed.
Yeah.
Because that was like 10 days straight that he was calling into work, and we were really worried he was going to lose his job.
Yeah. For some reason, Mina's comment didn't go through, but Mina posted, like, I'm glad they work with you. My previous job was working with me, and then they fired me, called me a lazy fat ass.
Well, they're bitches.
Yeah.
I guess I could have said that in a nicer way, but
No, I don't think you can.
people need to, like, I understand that they can't always work around you. Like, I get that, but, like, when we were in client care, they can't always work around you because you've got clients to take care of. They got to find someone to fill the position. But some jobs they can hold for you. And if they know you're sick, sometimes I see no reason why they need to treat people like that.
Yeah, I don't either. But, that would probably be a good show also. Like, do a whole thing. We could do a whole
Yeah,
thing
we're definitely have to do
on
on
jobs. Yeah.
But back to self-care. I was trying to think of a few others. I'm really bad about taking my meds if it's not a nighttime med.
Yeah, I've since I started the new shift, the 3 to 11 shift, it's got me so backwards that, like, my taking my birth control has been harder. Like, remembering to take it or doubling up on accident or, so.
Yeah, they just put me on that thyroid med, and they want me to take it in the morning 2 hours before I eat. Whatever, but I've got really bad insomnia. Some nights I might fall asleep early. My early is midnight. Some nights I don't fall asleep at all, so I'm really unsure about how to do that. I'm especially unsure about setting an alarm when it might wake me up 2 hours after I've just fallen asleep after 3 days of insomnia.
Yeah.
So I've literally only remembered to take that twice this entire month.
Yeah.
Eye drops I'm supposed to do eye drops 4 times a day. I don't think I've remembered that in a month. I remember it when my eye hurts, but when it doesn't hurt, I just forget.
I've been like, I haven't done it in a while, but I've been like herbally medicating.
I have to take my meds at night or I will forget.
Like last week I did that, like, or a week before that, like that tends to, I don't know, like for self-care, like, I mean, if we're talking about that, like, do some, like, like herbal medication.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying.
I got it the first 6
You know
times.
what I'm saying. Because I don't know if that cares as, like, counts as self-care, but like I was having like just a really particularly bad day, and what does that say?
Equal opportunity employment is good, but there's only so much a job can reasonably do sometimes. Like, I feel bad, but if the job can't be consistently performed, I can understand needing to let someone go, especially if they're hurting the bottom line. You don't need to be trashy about it, though.
No, you really don't. And especially like in the state of Texas, they don't have to give you a reason to let you go. They can just let you go.
But anyway, self-care and herbal.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't herbally medicate, so.
I don't know. It, more than anything, it just helped me relax more than, and study. Like, because it doesn't help with the pain as much as it's just dealing with it. So, but.
Well, in that case, our antidepressant self-care or seeing a psychologist self-care.
I would say so. I would especially say so, especially seeing, like, because.
No, not you. Her job was nasty to her when they fired her.
I would definitely say that seeing a shrink or being put on meds is self-care. I mean.
Yeah, I have the same problem with antidepressants. If they're not a nighttime med, I will forget.
Yeah, I've had to switch because I've had to switch from taking all of my meds at night to now I have to take them in the morning, and I forget because I don't wake up in the morning anymore. I wake up in the almost in the afternoon now. So
Yeah, because when does your shift start and end?
I work 3 to 11, which I think honestly, this shift has been worse on me than the 7 to 3. Just physically. I don't know if it's just my own mind. I don't know if it's just the timing or
if it's throwing off a rhythm you've established.
for like 2 years. Yeah.
Because, I mean, after working nights forever, working a day job was brutal.
Yeah, and I've worked days forever. So I don't know.
I think that's why both my kids are night owls, though, because I was pregnant when I was pregnant with both of them. I worked night shifts.
Yeah. So.
And honestly, I was chronically ill then and still able to work. It's just in the past couple years that working has become a mountain I can't seem to climb. But
I can see that. I mean,
anyway, another point of self-care that me and Allie were talking about before the show started is taking care of others.
yeah.
And this means, and I understand when people can't take off of work because they're sick. Some jobs don't give you time for that. Sometimes you can't afford that. But if you can, don't give everybody your cootie.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like, I've been trying really hard not to yell at people at work. I don't want to be that person, but fucking go home. Go home. Some people don't have immune systems. Some people get sick easier than others. Some people don't fight it as well. Just fucking go home. You're endangering people.
At the very least, wash your hands, wear a mask, change it every 20 minutes. Yeah, you need to change those things every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It gets saturated with the moisture from your breath.
In which case, you're just making it worse for yourself.
You need to change them out. You can't just wear a surgical mask all day and it still work. I know people do that, but you're not supposed to.
No, like, I mean, and I understand, like, if you don't have time to take off or you don't have sick days or, you know, I mean, that's understandable to a point. But, I mean, if you have the time to take off, if you have sick days and you're just not taking them, you suck. You suck as a person. You're just like...
I mean, I've had jobs where there was no PTO before and where I had to go sick. There was no option.
Yeah.
But when it is an option, please take the option. And if you have children and they can miss school, like, you're not going to get fired from your job because your kid had to stay home. Don't send them to school.
No.
My kid has asthma, and when he gets the crud, it turns into a nightmare and a hospital visit. I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it at all.
You know, and that's just, you know, not just self-care. That's, you know, taking care of your community.
That's self-care, too, because you're just going to give it to them, they're going to give it back to you, and you're going to bounce that crap
Yeah, it's just going to be
around.
like, I mean, that's just how everything just becomes a perpetual loop of crud.
Yeah, I said some of us just get our jobs threatened for calling in. I guess that's the most abusive work. Yeah, that's what we were saying is lots of...
Yeah, a lot of people are like that. And I mean, and that is understandable. Like, my job doesn't really, like, you know, and like, if you have the PTO to take off, they're not going to yell at you. Like, I think we can even borrow up to negative 12 hours of PTO before they start yelling at you or before you get written up or anything like that. So, like, if you have the PTO, doesn't matter. They're not going to, like, get mad at you if you call in or whatever. Now, I mean, if it's a constant thing, you're just calling in, then yeah. But now, if you're calling in because you're sick, they're not going to get upset. I mean, I've never had a negative experience there. So that's why I get really upset when someone shows up in my office sick. And I'm like, come on, man.
I was trying to think next step in self-care. I guess I would count massages, getting your nails done, going out somewhere and getting something done.
Yeah, just doing something nice for yourself to just feel like
if you can afford these things.
Yeah, of course. Or save up for it.
And
or-
I'm not getting a nails done. Like, getting my nails done does not relax me. It makes me want to punch people. I actually occasionally go and have my nails trimmed because I have a really hard time doing that with my left hand, like trimming my right hand nails, because my hand doesn't work sometimes. Which they only charge like $5 for. And they will do it as alarmingly short as I want them to, so I don't have to come back anytime soon. And they're really pleasant about it. And I think they get a lot of requests like that. Because I know they do a lot of men and women that have diabetes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who have to go somewhere to get their nails done because they're not supposed to do it themselves.
I like hitting my toes, dude. I like that. It feels nice.
Yeah.
Especially like when I was having issues with my ankles being like 4 times their natural size. It would just treat yourself. It would feel good, especially after a bad day of swelling, and would feel like I was walking on sticks, like on toothpicks that were just ready to break all the time. Just like the motion of them like massaging my ankles and massaging my feet, and I would just be like I would just be in heaven.
I used to be real adverse to any of that because I don't like people I don't know touching me at all. But Brad talked me into going to that massage place one day.
I like that massage place.
I've had a couple bad experiences there, mostly because I'm afraid to talk to anybody. So I'm unwilling to say, could you not do that so hard? Which is my own fault because I know they do it the second I ask because they're all very nice.
Yeah.
I just have a problem with voicing, like, if I get frozen food at a restaurant, if they send me out frozen food, I'm going to eat the frozen food because I'm too scared to tell anybody to take it back.
Yeah.
That's just my problem.
Yeah. There for a while, I really like it. I don't like it too hard, especially the entire lower half of my body, I feel like needs to be replaced most of the time, so it feels good to get a massage.
Well, and Brad says, but those are things a spouse or significant other can do to help treat you and make you feel loved too, like a good birthday or Valentine's gift. You think trimming nails or washing your back is a little thing, but it can be huge. Yeah, I was pretty panicky the first time I went in for a massage. I was so tense that everything they did hurt. I'm like, I don't think I like this.
I jumped right into it. I was like, hell yeah, touch me. I was like,
But yeah, if you have anyone else that can do that, a significant other, a friend who's willing to rub your feet,
yeah,
why not? I'm pretty sure we've rubbed each other's feet when we were like at con or something, and we've been walking around for 12 hours, like just tradesies, foot for foot.
Yeah, and just like it hurts so bad. Yeah. Oh man.
I say naps, or I don't nap usually because that's a good way for me to get sleep paralysis. But I know a lot of people that swear by taking an afternoon nap, especially if you have chronic issues.
Yeah.
I know that also throws off my insomnia stuff.
Yeah. I tried, I don't know, I try to take a nap, but sometimes, I just end up staying awake. So I just lay there. But sometimes even just laying there for a little bit feels kind of nice. Mm-hmm. So why is he saying cat?
Oh, you don't should see the next comment. Cat is fine with half naked stranger touching.
Oh. So, yeah, sometimes even just laying there just for a little while helps.
Afternoon naps are
Zach
amazing.
takes a nap nearly every afternoon.
See, with my insomnia, that's a good way to make sure I don't sleep that night.
He started especially taking them since I started the new shift, so he'll stay up with me when I get home for a little while because it takes me so long to unwind after work.
Steven does naps sometimes. He's just got to make sure and wake up from them so he doesn't sleep all afternoon and then not be able to sleep at night.
Yeah.
Or tell me to wake him up or something.
Yeah.
Because, any time I kind of throw off at all, if I don't sleep for a whole night and I'm like, oh, I'm going to nap so I'm not so tired, that's a good way to make sure I don't sleep the next night.
Yeah.
It's best for me to just stay awake and suffer through. Which is really frustrating, but... Oh, man. But it's what I have to do.
Yeah. But, just little things here and there. Certain types of lotions are really good for Like, I know you hate lotion. I know you hate lotion, but I'm telling you, there are certain types of lotions that are really, really good for, like, you know, aches and pains.
Yeah, it feels so gross.
I know.
Sunscreen and lotion are gross, and I don't like them.
I like, oh God, what is that? Gold Bond. Gold Bond has a mentholated lotion I like to use sometimes on my ankles and my joints.
Cetaphil is the only one I'll use. And, well, recently I've been having to use something on my scars. So I've been doing coconut oil because they want me to do scar massage. Because I keloid, so.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be fixing the problem. And mostly it hurts like hell. Rubs it on the skin or else it gets the hose again. Yeah, no lotion. And then the last topic was makeup.
Yeah, I like doing like routines, which
is definitely more Allie's theme than mine.
Yeah.
Like, I started wearing makeup, like, sometimes if we're going to go out and be on camera. Mm-hmm. Or occasionally for the podcast if I feel really trashy, just because I'm going to be looking at my own face. But normally, that's not even something I consider, just because it takes extra time. It makes me break out. My skin's really oily. So any product I use on my skin makes me break out. That's another reason I don't use lotion. Because, dear God, if I put lotion on my hands and touch my face, I'll get a handprint of freaking zits.
Zach is like that, too. Like, I don't...
It's bad.
I keep calling you out. Sorry, Zach.
Yeah, dude, I'm glad it's not just me, though. Like,
No.
I can't use any product on my face.
No, he gets upset, like, because I was trying to get him, like, I was like, oh, you should try beard oil. And he's like, no. You know, because, like, he's like, I'm just going to have, like, a beard of pimples.
Dude, if I put oil on my face, that would be a bad night.
Yeah.
Because I made a coconut oil, when I was in my hippie phase, it was coconut oil, raw sugar, and honey, like natural honey. Mm-hmm. And it was like a scrub. And at one point I did it on my face and I just broke out. And all the animals would follow me around the house licking me. It was really weird. And that's still in my cabinet. And every summer I'll see a lot of ants headed that way. I'm like, oh, they're after my scrub. Coconut oil is actually one of the few things that I'll smear on. Because it doesn't make me feel grimy afterwards.
Well, yeah, I can see that. Because it doesn't have, like, I mean, it's just, you know... It's just oil, you know, like using baby oil. Like, it'll rub in and eventually just become like soft babies.
Yeah, I think the difference is Allie does it for herself because she likes it. But if you do it, it's usually for others. Yeah, occasionally it's for me. Like I said, if I'm going to have to be looking at my own face.
Yeah.
I don't want to look as much like a trash monster. But.
Oh, I've always liked it. I've liked it since I was a kid.
So I really had a hard time understanding when we first became friends because I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah, I know. You used to like...
And I was super condescending about it, too. I wasn't even trying to be nice.
No, you weren't. Not at all.
I was like, why do you do this?
I don't know. I've always liked it. Like, ever since I was really little. I mean, I would always, of course, like sneak into my mom's room and I would take all of her makeup and I would wear everything she owned on my face.
It's really weird because when I was a kid, I liked doing it. And then in junior high, every day I'd paint my nails one color and then sparkly. And then I got to high school and I was like, I don't think I like doing this anymore.
I mean, it's just, it's personal taste, I guess. I don't know. Or like,
a lot of me wishes I liked it. Mm-hmm. Like, I would have the energy. It would give me something to do. It would make me feel better about myself because it does. I feel a lot less like trash when I feel like I look less like trash. But Sarah, you look so pretty when you try. Which is a comment I've gotten from pretty much literally everyone I know. One of my little cousins said that to me at Christmas one year. And she was trying to be so nice. And I'm like, oh, thank you.
I was going to say, I know I've said that.
Yeah. I know you didn't mean it like that.
No,
but the
I
words that came out of the mouth, oh, you look so pretty when you try. Like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, but, I mean, it's not as easy for others as it is, you know, like... I don't know. It's a routine that I refuse to throw away. I love doing it. It makes me happy. It feels good. Even if it's the only thing I do that day, I still feel like I've done something that day. It's just, it makes me feel, it just makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I've accomplished one thing, and then I feel a little bit more confident. I feel like I don't look as crappy as I feel.
Yeah.
And like I know I've told you several times, I can't control the pain in my body, but I can control how I look. And so, I mean, it takes me a long time, but I do it every day. It takes me forever to do anything, but,
I think that's fine. If you like doing it, if you're doing it for whatever reason.
Yeah, and anyone who...
Oh, Zach says he's throwing away all your makeup while you're gone.
I got it with me, fool. You can't do nothing.
Brad says it's a mood enhancer.
Yeah, probably almost. I mean, kind of like a sugar pill. It does kind of bring me up a little bit.
Before he puts it all on. Zach is going to be super pretty when you get home.
He's going to be so pretty. But no, I've got all my makeup with me, so.
Well, yeah, because the plan was for Allie to do a little makeover.
Yeah.
And then for her to start doing maybe spots on little self-care things you can do.
Yeah, like, like a makeup video here or there, or like, maybe if I see like a new skin thing, or, just little things here and there, because self-care could be anything that you do for yourself that just makes you feel good. Like a stupid movie, or
shutting my bedroom door so the kids stay out.
Zach said he'd be so pretty.
Locking myself in my room. That's my self-care.
That is. Or, I mean, I'm not going to just taking like a new bubble bath, but I mean, I'm not going to be like filming videos from like the tub or anything like that. So no naked videos, but,
And my idea of self-care is more like going to the river, taking a hike, driving around.
Or like, hell, like there for a little while, like just walking around the mall. Sometimes that just makes me happy. Like, I just like walking around and looking at stuff, but I like looking at everything, which is annoying to everybody around me. So,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, I know.
Brad says, I don't like this stigma that straight guys can't use makeup or do self-care. I'm not even metro, but I'm not afraid of makeup or grooming.
Zach does sit alone. I've come home so many times, and he's just sitting in the dark.
I don't understand why that's weird.
It's creepy to most people.
I
guess
get it.
not to you and him. No, I mean, like, he won't even be doing anything. Like,
No, just sitting in the dark, just thinking.
sometimes, like,
Or
yeah,
not thinking.
yeah, sometimes, like, he'll be on his phone, but there's been once or twice I come in, he's not even on his phone, just sitting in the dark.
I couldn't sleep last night. I just lay, like, I was like, I could get on my phone, but I think I'm just going to lay here in the dark.
Yeah, I don't understand
I
it.
felt no drive to do anything. Not get on my
But-
phone, not nothing.
But, I mean, if it makes you happy, I guess.
But yeah, I don't get why guys are so opposed to it's weird to me that guys are so opposed to makeup, considering, they're probably the people who did it first.
Yeah, like heels.
Yeah.
Men were the first to wear heels. Men were the first, were the first to, I think men were the first to have dresses. I don't know, like, men were the first.
I think just all babies used to wear dresses.
Yeah, all babies wore dresses. They also all used to wear white because white was easier to clean back then.
But if girls have things that make them feel more attractive, why can't guys? Like if they like makeup or they like having their nails done, I don't understand why that's a girl
like
thing.
getting, especially like,
Especially in the modern world. Like,
I mean, a fresh manicure. I mean, you don't want them like jaggedy looking nails. Like,
probably don't go to Redneckville, Texas with your makeup on, but
yeah, no, please don't. But Elvis wore makeup. Yeah, he did actually.
how's that different than meditation, sitting in a room in the dark? Because I'm not specifically like thinking nothing. Sometimes that's movie in my head time about when I win the lottery.
Yeah.
Or when I traveled the world, because that's what I'm going to do. Because I'm making money right now, and I'm somehow going to save the money to do that. But I guess I was going to wrap up this portion of the show and let you mess with my face.
Yeah, get over here.
I'm going to have to move the camera.
How are we gonna move the camera?
So pause for technical difficulties.
Oh yeah.
What?
Oh, Brad was talking about getting his toes done and getting his nails painted.
Yeah, I forgot he did that. So weird. No, I'm kidding. It's perfectly okay.
Zach also does the movie thing.
Yeah. See, that's what I do before I go to bed. Like, I'm like, but what if vampires were real? Go. Or what if I got a new car? Go. It's just stupid stuff. What if I was in the X-Files? I already turned up mic 1. Thanks, Brad. I'm more nervous about moving this camera than I am turning up the mic.
Is that mic 1?
Yeah. I already turned up the volume. It's right even with the rest of them.
Is it this camera we're trying to move?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you go ahead and grab it and hand it? And I'll make sure it's...
Okay.
Oh, no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Camera down.
We're doing...
What did you do?
I did nothing. I did nothing. We might need...
Sorry, Allie broke the camera.
I did not. I did not break it. I didn't...
Does that look right?
Shh, no. It does not.
Let's check that.
No. It needs to be the other way. Okay, so it needs to be this way somehow.
Okay, that's
Hello.
right. Entertain them. I don't know how to fix this. This was a bad idea. Fix it. Fix it, Brad.
So,
Just go around. I'll fix it for you.
okay, so yeah, here we go.
We got the makeup bag in the camera. I did something right.
Yeah, we got the makeup bag. And then, okay. You might need to get a little bit closer.
Oh, Brad.
This is going terrible. This is going so bad. I like the fixing camera tutorial better than the makeup tutorial.
Me too, honestly.
Okay. So this is probably going to be like, just put it on her. It doesn't have to
Oh,
be on
dear
me.
Lord, this is awful.
It does not have to, I do not have to be in this. It's all on her.
She's in. I've centered her.
Okay. So, just like, keep in mind, I'm not a professional at all. And I just do what makes me happy. So, I just do things just because. So, this is just how I do it. It doesn't mean that's how anyone else has to do it or that it's right. So,
That's why we keep Brad around, is to fix the equipment.
yeah, pretty much.
And
So.
the producer.
Producer? Do I have to give you a producer credit?
We already did because I own the website, so I put myself down as producer.
Aren't you important? Why don't you do that and talk or something? Keep the people entertained. Do your job.
Okay. I don't have to be on camera, right?
No, I mean, I guess they're not, because you're... Okay. Okay, you need to get closer. Just a little bit closer.
You're gonna have to get closer.
You're gonna have to get closer. Okay. So, we've already put a little bit of foundation on our face. So, okay, I'm just gonna kind of walk.
So do you always start with foundation?
Yeah, usually I use, like, liquid foundation. I use...
Is that do you put that on before concealer or?
Yes, I do. I use
I
Maybelline.
didn't know that. I thought you put it on after concealer.
I use this. I use Maybelline Fit Me Matte, and it is amazing. And it's good for, like, I'm not good at this.
But what if you're born with it?
I'm not.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
No, it's most definitely Maybelline. And I use, like, for concealer, which I'm about to put on her face, I use Maybelline Master Conceal. It's really thick. It's full coverage, and just a little bit will do the job. It is amazing.
This is out of your makeup kit, right?
Yes, this is out of
So
my
does
own
this
makeup
stuff
kit.
blend to like a wider range of skin tones, or is this matched for you and we're just using it on her?
This is like for fair skin tones, especially like because this time of year, her and I are the same skin tone,
Okay.
as opposed to summer.
'Cause usually
in
you're more
summer,
tan.
Yeah, now in summer she's probably going to use a different color makeup.
Oh,
than I
that's
am.
one thing y'all didn't talk about is sometimes you actually go and tan.
Yeah, every so often. But
You get your browns on.
like this whole summer, I just swam every day, and that was my happy place.
Do you still have your membership at Planet Fitness?
Yeah.
So do you still go use the tanning beds? Yeah.
No, I
They
haven't.
suck.
Yeah, I haven't used the tanning bed in over a year. So
And I always wondered why I'd pay to do that when the sun does it for free.
yeah, I mean that was my entire summer. Like
I'm also not going to get a gym membership when I know I'm not going to show up. Because that's what I've had 2 gym memberships in my life. I've gone like 4 times and been like,
yeah, no, I need to. I'm pretty bad at it.
Isn't that what everyone does with gym memberships? Isn't how they make their money? Everyone buys one, no one shows.
Yeah. Okay. So this is new. I've never done this before, so this is gonna be fun. Okay, so I usually only use about that much concealer for my whole face. I don't know if you can tell how much that is, but it's not a lot. It's just under a dime size.
You smear it everywhere?
No, not everywhere. Relax your face.
I can't.
I know. But just try to relax your face. Look up. Don't close your eyes. Okay. When you're doing concealer underneath the eye, you want to go in a triangle. You don't want to do a semicircle.
Why not?
I forget the reason, but it actually it covers more. And also don't whenever you do, you dab it in. Don't.
I've been doing all of this wrong.
Yeah. You want to dab, 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 dab. I feel like I'm channeling Bob fucking Ross. All right.
That was the opposite of helpful.
I don't know. Can they see? Is this? Because my back's turned.
Well, I mean, you guys are really well lit. It's just, it's washed out because it's a
Yeah.
webcam, but that's okay.
Yeah. So, it looks like I'm dragging, but I'm dab, drag, dab, drag. I don't know if that makes any kind of sense whatsoever. And I'm going to do something a little extra to her face. I'm going to do what's called baking. Which is where you take a little bit of there's a special loose powder that I have, but you could use pretty much any loose powder that you have. You take it in to the still wet concealer, and then you dab it in, and you want a whole bunch of loose, and you let it sit there for a few minutes to kind of melt into the concealer, and it's supposed to fit into all of your pores. It's supposed to make it look what are you do?
I'm getting closer to her. So people can see what you're doing.
Open or closed?
Up. So you're gonna let that sit there for a little while, and it's yellow. It's gonna be yellow, but it's to yellow cancels out purple, purple skin tone
So the bags under my eyes.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you use on a red zit?
green.
Green. Does that not look weird?
Yeah, but
It
I mean,
should blend.
yeah, it's gonna blend in with the rest of your makeup.
I'm so glad everyone knows more about this than I do.
Like the guy in the room.
Okay, so I'm gonna let that sit for a few minutes while I do the rest of your face. So you're gonna look really weird right now. Don't worry, we'll get that
I
taken
don't
care
want
of.
the camera that much in my face. I don't like it.
Okay. Okay. Just look at me. So
Don't panic like you do every time Allie tries to put eyeliner on you.
yeah, I'm not putting eyeliner on you this time. I decided I'm not gonna do eyeliner on you today, but I am going to use my. I'm gonna use my super special. I'm using
Funny
my,
story. I tried to liquid eyeliner once, and I just dyed my eyeball black.
Yeah. So I'm using my favorite palette, my favorite eyeshadow palette on her, which is the Naked.
It's Urban Decay. I know it's fancy.
Yeah, I got it for Christmas last year. So, but I need you to scoot closer.
Okay.
I need you to
Shut her open.
shut. That's fine. I'm gonna use a bit of a taupe color, like for just. It's like this light.
Oh,
that light color.
it's a brown.
Yeah. I'm not going to do anything fancy like smoke her eye out or anything like that, just because I never do that because I don't know how.
I don't think I've had eyeshadow on in 10 years.
Okay. When you squint your eye like that, it's me.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I'm getting it all up in places it doesn't need to be, and you're going to look kind of silly.
Brad brought that wet rag in if you end up needing it.
Yeah. No, I got it. Try to relax. Yeah, there we go.
I always find it harder to do makeup on other people than like myself.
Yeah, no, it's hard as hell. Like, I don't know how. So, I need you to relax your eye.
I like how you say relax your eye and it twitches more.
I can't.
Okay. Then I'm doing this.
Can't you go like in a store and have like people do that?
Yeah. Yeah, you absolutely can. And I mean, there's people like you do that.
Dillard's, like when you walk through the mall.
It seems like a stressful job.
This isn't easy, that's for sure. This is an experience. So, okay, relax your eyes. Don't squeeze so hard. Don't squint so hard. Don't squint so hard. Okay, look at me. Okay. So, now that we're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead, because I do this before, like, it's like a female pop bras. So, like, usually, you're supposed to let it sit for, like, a certain amount of time, like, when you're baking the face bake or whatever. I usually let it sit until it's time to do the mascara, just because I don't want this flicking into the mascara. So what you do is, like, with the excess powder, you just blend away. Here, can you get a little bit closer, please? And make sure, because I got you really good in between. Yeah, I can see where your skin is, like, really dry over here.
My
so-
T-zone's bad.
Yeah. So.
I know that term though, T-zone.
And then after that, to kind of help the yellow blend, I add, again, Maybelline loose powder. Like, I dab a little bit here, all over the face to kind of, can you put your hair back a little bit,
yeah,
please?
sorry.
I got rubber bands I brought in here if you need them.
Headphones will keep it back.
Yeah. You know. And then blend that in with my brush. And I know I don't do it like all the fancy people on the YouTube or whatever. I do it my own fucking way. And this is what makes me happy. And this is how I do my makeup every day.
Don't be afraid of experimentation.
Who was that news guy that showed his makeup routine on TV? On Facebook?
Oh, yeah, on Facebook. It's like,
my God, I
blend
love
it like
that.
you hate your face or something like that. Yeah. I mean, and I'm not scared of experimentation or anything like that. It's just, I know I don't have the same techniques like a lot of, like, I'm not a professional person. Could you not be right in my face?
What?
Yeah, it's awkward.
But you're doing something where people are going to want to be able to see the details, so
Yeah.
being a camera guy.
So, okay. Okay, and so,
Just pretend
Jeez.
I'm not here.
Open or closed? What's...
look up.
Sorry.
Oh my God. I mean, that kind of did what I was wanting it to do, but you have to trust me just a little
It's
bit.
like an Aeon Flux opening.
I know, except it's not a fly, it's my mascara wand. Just let me get the tips. Just the tips.
Just for a minute.
Because that's all you'll let me get.
My eyes, I'm sorry. I have a really bad time with people messing with my eyes.
Okay, now I need you to widen out your eyes a little bit. And like... there you go. It's like a baby bird learning to let me trust her. Like learning to trust me.
She looks like Allie Sheedy in The Breakfast Club.
Yeah!
Getting her makeover.
It is!
The basket case.
Oh, yeah, and I use, again, Maybelline Great Lash Waterproof. Like, this is like one big Maybelline commercial. But like,
Maybe
I
she's
use...
born with it. Maybe she bought it at Walmart.
Let's see, I use the waterproof Great Lash, and...
Is it important to use a lot of the same, like if you're using makeup, like
No.
the same brands work to better together, right?
No.
No, it doesn't really matter at all.
Oh, I'm way too much of a computer nerd.
Yeah. There we go. Baby bird trusting me.
This should be the Strictly
Sorry.
Boner episode.
Oh my God, Brad.
This is why we don't like you. On here.
Everybody likes me.
No, I mean on here. I didn't blend very well up here. Sorry. Okay, look at me. So, yeah. There you go. And we don't really have to use like a whole lot of stuff on your eyes anyway, since you have like those big blue peepers going on. Here, let me... there we go. Since you have like those big pretty blue eyes, so like, we don't really have to use like a whole bunch of shit on your eyes anyway.
I have a hard time even doing my own eyes.
Do you want blush or anything like that?
I don't care.
Okay. I use Milani baked blush, which the color I'm using is Berry Amore, which I don't know if I should use, like, just because I used it over the summer when I was really, really tan. So I don't know, because like I was outside like every day all summer long, so like I was really dark. So
Do you ever find the makeup stuff kind of a hindrance, because do you ever get the like, well, you don't look sick kind of response because of
often,
that?
or like, well, you got up and did your makeup today, so obviously you're not
Yeah.
feeling that bad. And I understand that's something I did to myself because of it, but it's just,
It's also nobody else's fucking business, which
It's
use your
really, yeah.
spoons on.
yeah, it really isn't anybody else's business. What?
If you had 8 spoons today and you used 7 of them on makeup, that's not their
But
business.
have you ever been like confronted like that, like specific, like you hear about it, but has it actually happened to you? Because if it does happen to somebody, I'm curious, like how you responded or how you think people should respond, other than just it's not your effing business. Like, is there a more diplomatic way to explain it and educate rather than just being pissed off?
I always get flustered when people say stuff like that to me.
Like, I mean, more than anything, like, I haven't gotten anything, like, specific. It's just, well, you don't look so sick, or, well, I see you got up and did your makeup today. But, I mean, it was never really, like... I mean, it's so far few between. Like, most of the time, I don't think anybody knows or cares that anything is wrong with me.
Right.
I do think a lot of people don't believe me half the time. Because
Well, shoot, they don't believe me even when I look like garbage. Yeah. Because you're not in bed crying. That's
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why people have an image in their head of what somebody who's sick should look like. Like, not everybody who's sick looks like they have cancer all the time.
and not even people that have cancer look like.
Yeah, you know.
My nanny had breast cancer, and like a week before she went under the knife, she looked fine.
Yeah, I almost feel like if you're not like stage 3 terminal, then, you know, people they're gonna judge.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's just more than anything, I don't think anybody really believes me. Just because I do my makeup every day. I do take a shower every day. I do get out of bed every day. I do all of these things every day. There are times like I would push myself to do things every day, like go out with my friends, go out with my boyfriend, go out and do this. Now, I know it's a hindrance to myself. I know that I'm pushing myself way too hard and that I'm doing nothing but damage to myself. But
Go back to that group camera before I kill you.
Well,
Yeah.
you just did your lipstick.
I was just doing my own lipstick because it feels weird to me to have all the other makeup on and then not have lipstick on.
What did you do? What did you do with your
I
lipstick?
just put the Burt's Bees stuff I use on.
yeah.
Yeah, you have a preference for that stuff instead of like regular lipstick. Maybe you could explain why.
Regular lipstick rubs off super fast. This just seems to last longer.
Oh, I thought it felt better on your lips.
It does
Because you're
too.
always peeling the skin off your lips.
Yeah, I have a really bad habit of picking at my lips. Group camera. Which I think I've learned is actually an anxiety thing.
Yeah.
I think it is. But yeah, I peel the skin off my lips. So lipstick is one of the things I'll wear more often. Like if I'm going to put on makeup, like my first... Bless you. My go-to is first lipstick. That's
Yeah.
the first thing I'll do.
See, yeah, I always, like I said, like I always put on foundation first. Like I always start with that, and then I will move on to concealer, and then I will sit there and I'll do that baking process.
Are there any brand preferences or anything like that that's due to like illness or whatever? Because like I always thought you were doing the Burt's Bees because it's got like the chapstick type stuff.
That
in
too,
it.
but it also just lasts longer.
Like I've heard the Bare Minerals stuff is really good. Like if you
Neutrogena.
have skin problems
Yeah.
and stuff like that. Is there
I
stuff you would or things you would tell people to stay away from? Like if they have.
I used Neutrogena for a long time because I do have such oily skin, and it seemed to break me out less. I also have allergies. So if I'm going to buy eyeliner or something, a lot of times I'll accidentally buy stuff that's going to make my eyes just run and turn red.
Yeah. I usually I like using specifics. Like I use CoverGirl, Maybelline a lot. And I like Wet n Wild because it's cheaper. There's one brand that I will say is bad if you have really oily skin. And I can't remember the name of it to save my life.
Is it that
right now.
ELF stuff?
No, that stuff's actually really good. And it's also cheap, which is good. It's
I always thought it was
it's
Elf.
yeah, no, they sell it at Walmart. It's
Mainstays.
no. I can't remember the name of it right
Great
now.
value brand makeup.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if
they're
your
value.
makeup shares the same brand as your cereal and waffle iron, it's probably not real high quality.
No, it's god dang it, what? It's like Hard Candy. Hard Candy, their makeup brand. Although they do have a cheaper version of the concealer that I use, that it's a really it's made to cover tattoos. Unfortunately, it also made my skin like really oily and made me break out real bad.
A lot of those things don't show the ingredients or whatever, so
Yeah.
it's the only real way to figure out if you're allergic to it is to get some of it and test it on a spot.
Another thing is if you have food sensitivities, chapstick and lipstick can have gluten in it. I know
Yeah.
from my run with celiac disease that you have to be careful what kind of product you're going to use, especially if you're going to be licking your lips or touching your face and touching your mouth.
Which ones did you find that were gluten free? That were okay?
Burt's Bees, I believe, was one of them. You just got to pick it up and look at the ingredients.
Yeah.
And if the ingredients aren't plainly listed, I've had to email companies.
Yeah,
Like there's a
and-
beef jerky I like. I emailed the company.
I mean, I'm trying to, because I know, I'm not sure Maybelline is vegan. I know that they're supposedly, they're cruelty free. I could be wrong. I might get an email or something like that. But I know Wet n Wild is vegan and cruelty free. I know I think like Nyx or NYX or whatever you want to call it, I think is vegan and cruelty free. It's also another good brand. ELF is also cruelty free. I don't think it's vegan. I'm not sure. But a lot of people look for like vegan, like plant-based makeups and stuff like that. So, I mean, it just depends on your own preference. I don't demonize anybody for anything.
Yeah,
so.
and what your specific food issues are.
Yeah.
Or your sensitivities.
One thing I think you should cover in your next beauty episode is the removal process. A lot of people have a hard time with that because I know sleeping in your makeup or your mascara.
Yeah, just leave mine on until it rubs off.
I've heard of people getting some really bad eye infections, skin infections, and stuff from that. So, there's different ways to remove oil-based makeup as opposed to like water-based makeup and things like that. I mean, soap and water is probably the where you start, but there's stuff that's harder to get off. I think that's going to be important.
Waterproof mascara.
Yeah, because I use like waterproof, like my liquid eyeliner and my mascara and all of my eye stuff is waterproof. I have to use like Vaseline to remove my.
But then you got to use something to remove the Vaseline afterwards.
Yeah, I usually I'll Vaseline my eyes and then soap and water, or like a face wipe.
Right.
So that's really about it.
But that's a process you can show on the next show.
Yeah.
You guys can make each other up and then wash each other down.
I think you're just being creepy now.
Pretty much all the time.
So.
But yeah, I think that was...
I hope I did. I don't know. I'm not very good at tutorials or anything like that. I'll probably... if I do another one, I do know it'll probably be on a Saturday. I know this Saturday... I'm supposed to make myself up to look like Anna Nicole Smith. So I'll probably do a video then. If anybody's interested, I'll just do a Facebook Live and we'll go from there. If anybody wants to send in any videos of their own self-care routine, that would be really cool. Or hit us up on our site. Let us know what you do. What makes you happy? What keeps you sane?
Well, thanks everyone for tuning in. We hope that you got some good information to help you in your individual situation. As always, if you have any questions or feedback, you can message us through our Facebook page or contact us directly at strictlysickly@gmail.com. Have a good night.